Yes, there's a TV set on number 5. It's in the front room. And they're watching Columbo.
If you don't have a TV license, it won't take us long to find.
Hello YouTubers, I recently done a video on TV licensing and basically what happens when you cancel a TV license. I've been blown away. At this minute as I speak, 250,000 views in like a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or whatever. Loads of comments, positive, out of the hundreds, literally hundreds and hundreds of comments. There's probably been 3 or 4 sort of negative people. So I just want to thank everyone for watching, and this is like a follow-on video from what happens if you cancel a TV license. I'm hoping to answer some of the questions that got brought up in the comments. So I might have to get them up on my screen here, or Daz maybe get them on his phone. So I want to just try and take it a step further to help people. There's still a lot of folklore and mystery out there as to what is broadcast TV, what is live TV. Do I need a license for YouTube? We're going to hopefully answer all them questions. The information is already out there, but it hasn't really been collated and explained in such a way that it's easy for ordinary people to understand. So on the last video, phenomenal amount of views, and the age group was like the predominant age group was in the older age range, 55, 65 plus and all that sort of thing. So again, that made me realise there's not really enough content out there for older people, and hopefully me and Daz can bring other stuff to the table to keep you entertained, keep you informed, and keep your mind active and all the rest of it. So I've got another TV licence in there, which I'm sure you're not surprised about. And this one is the official notice. Now, just to explain a little thing, people who've seen me before on a different channel, me and Daz done a different channel for like 5 years, built it up, got to like a couple of thousand subscribers. It was just a hobby, we didn't really take it seriously, and then just off by chance I got one of these letters and thought I'd do a video, and that really took hold and sort of put all our shooting videos to shame, only in as far as a view count, because so we don't do it for money or fame or anything. We just do it because we enjoy it. A bit of fun. I like doing the videos and the editing, getting everything right, getting the sound right, and hopefully improving as the videos go along. So I'm going off the beaten track a bit. So the TV licence list, there was lots of questions answered, and this is an official notice that I haven't opened yet, so I might open this in a sec. I'm going to try and answer some of the questions as best I can. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a legal expert. I'll tell you my situation. Again, we've had viewers pop up saying, "Oh, you stop dodging the license, just pay." Well, I'm not dodging it. Why should you pay? If you don't own a car, would you pay road tax if you don't own one? And that's the same with the TV license. Why pay for it if you don't need it? It's not cheap. Now they put it up again. It's going up in April. I don't know how much because I don't watch TV, so I don't know.
I have noticed there's a lot of people saying just stop paying your thing. No, well, that's when they can actually get legal.
Yeah, okay, right, let's start at the beginning, since I forgot about I got in a little rant and sort of forgot where I was going. Right, okay, a question that's been brought up is online, like YouTube, live streaming on YouTube, and that's foxed me a little bit, and I don't think you need a licence for live streaming on the internet. I'm not sure. I think you probably do. I don't know. Definitely BBC iPlayer, you need a licence. Anything else on YouTube which is not live streamed is fine, you don't need a license. If you've got Netflix and it's on demand where there's not again, this is a bit of confusion which I think is deliberate to confuse people. Broadcast television and live television are different things, although they're done in the same way, in as much as a broadcast program is sent out consecutively to everybody can tune into it, so that is a broadcast program at a certain fixed time. And again, catch-up TV. Now, catch-up TV is where you can watch any program anytime. That is strictly catch-up. Now, there's catch-up channels where I'll have the program on an hour or 2 hours later, but that is still sent out or broadcast all at the same time. So you would need a license for 1 hour and 2 hour catch-up TV. If it's on-demand catch-up, in other words, through whatever provider you use, and you're watching any program anytime whenever you feel like it, that is on-demand services, and you do not need a TV license. Now I think back in the day the law might have changed on this, where I think you used to have a license to own a TV set, even more draconian than it is now. So I noticed looking at my headlines, because again I don't often read the news stories, you can tell by the tone of the headline. Oh yeah, the point I was getting at, when I use my Google News thing, there's these 3 little dots on the end where it sort of give you various options, and most people don't even know that. So you can click on it and you can block all content from that particular thing. So obviously I've done it with BBC, and there's another one where I click on, I've got to read the story, and this pop-up come up saying you got to subscribe and stuff. So immediately I block all them. I blocked all the local press because they're not press, they're just like advertising properties in a newspaper, which I find a bit weird. I don't mean in a property section, they consider that a news story. That's the level of our local press. You know, property coming on the market is news. There's people getting mugged and murdered and raped, and yeah. So anyway, I diverge, and perhaps, you know, again, I welcome all the views and comments. I love all the discussion in the chat. Very few negative people amongst the hundreds of positives, and so we'll get back now to probably really what you came here for. You want reassuring.
A lot of people saying just stop paying, because if you do that, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. Okay.
You actually got to go cancel it. Okay.
You do not have to cancel. That's not required by law. If you want your money back, if you've already paid some, you need to cancel it, and then you'll get that refund. If you've never had a license, don't ring them up and tell them you don't need one. That's the wrong thing to do, because you're engaging with them. The trick is to not engage with them at all. I did phone up and cancel because I wanted my money back, which I weren't going to use, and they're very good, very professional. They refund every single month, I think. That, you know, if you paid in advance,
from whenever you phone them up, they
even I think I was paying monthly, and they still refunded a partial month, which again I was impressed. So the service,
I got 30 quid back when I done mine.
Yeah, if you've already paid, it doesn't matter. You can cancel, and people say don't contact them, and you know, do this, notify them of your right of entry and all that. No, that isn't 100% true. You're best not to do that. That implied right of entry, you can cancel that on your doorstep there and then. You just say, I revoke your... And the implied right of access is only not up to knocking on your door. People get confused about that.
Unless you got a locked gate.
Unless you got a locked gate. So the implied right of access has been exaggerated, probably by the TV licensing people and the debt collectors. Because the right to access is the same as the postman. That's an implied right of access. Otherwise you won't get your mail. You know, you might have a long lost relative knock on your door and give you £1 million, and if you revoke, you know, the implied right of access to everyone, then, you know, no one can knock on your door, bring your post or whatever. So that's been twisted. Implied right of access does not have to be withdrawn. That only applies up to knocking on your door. There's no rights to come any further. No one's got right to enter your home without a warrant signed by a judge, and to get that warrant they would have to have some evidence. You know, if they turn up and look through your window and they can see you know, you got a live football match playing, for instance, although that could be through Sky, but I think you still need a license for Sky.
Well, they call live sport, like a live event.
Live sport, live,
even though they're like 20 minutes behind or whatever.
Well, they're broadcast now, so everyone, if there's a schedule for your program you want to watch, that is broadcast TV. You need a license. You need a license, definitely. So be careful. If you just got YouTube, I would say be safe. Unplug your aerial, and anything that you watch has got either, and your satellite. So forget aerials and satellites. Anything else that you're watching, as long as it's not BBC iPlayer, I think you don't need a license. I'm not an expert.
I'd be a bit sceptical with Sky.
Sky, you need a license. If you're getting broadcast channels on Sky, you need a license. Yeah, someone also said, oh, if they look in your window and they see a programme, like the watermark is still there, and how would they not know and what have you? Well, they would know by like the broadcast time of them channels, because they're all published, So if that was a broadcast, if that wasn't being broadcast and they can see the watermark, then obviously that's not being broadcast. So they should know their stuff. And you know, at the end of the day, I'm not advocating. Again, not a lot, a few negative people said, "Oh, you're telling people to break the law." I am definitely not. I say, if you need a license, you need to pay it.
We don't watch the crap, so we ain't paying for it.
People find it hard to believe that you don't watch TV.
Yeah.
One of my wife's friends said, she said, we don't watch TV. She said, oh, whatever do you do? It's like, you know, you pay your money and take your choice. So I'm not knocking that lifestyle, but
instead of watching entertainment, we try and make some.
Ever since I stopped watching TV, I've felt like a different person. Like I understand things a lot more. I see through bullshit easier.
I'm the same when I deleted social media.
Yeah, I'm not on social media. Other than this, obviously, this is a form of social media. But so let's get back to reassuring people what you can and can't do. So if it's coming through a TV aerial, chances are that's broadcast, or you could watch broadcast TV. When I doubt you'd ever get took to court, but again, that's all down to evidence. And if you get caught red-handed, I'm saying you know you're breaking the law. You should have paid the license. So let's get one thing straight. I'm not here. I'm not advocating breaking the law. I'm not advocating not paying for something that you should be. I'm saying you don't have to pay if you don't use the services. Quite legitimately, legally, you don't even have to tell them. You're not obliged. The latest demand that you tell them every 2 years, and that is just a demand that's really, you know, demanding money with menaces, really. I don't know how to get away with it. A lot of people have been saying that. The most common comment I've read just constantly is what a rip-off it is, how draconian it is. People in other countries laughing at us. And they're talking about media tax, like, because I think they know they're doomed.
Of course they are.
Fund it commercially. They could fund it commercially. Stop paying big ears, £4 million a year to talk shit. So Daz has just mentioned I've been flapping my gums too much. I hope I've reassured some people, and I think we've covered the main points. I'll just go over it again and try and reiterate. Like I said, I'm not an expert. There's other channels and people have made better videos than me. Not always the most watchable, but anyway. So the points are, if it's coming through a TV aerial, you've got an aerial plugged in, chances are it's broadcast. Well, that's definitely, isn't it? So if you're getting a program through an aerial, it's broadcast. You need a license. If you're watching anything live or broadcast, now broadcast is the same as live in as much as transmitted all at the same time and everyone can watch it all at once. It doesn't have to be a live program, that could be a recording, but it's being broadcast live. Now this is where a lot of the confusion come in. I think the BBC like that confusion because it's hard to explain, hard to get your head around to start with.
Basically wherever that's like airtime, first airtime.
Airtime. So people think, oh, it's got to be live to need a license. No, that's not true. There's an exception to that. So which is to do with online things. So let's not confuse it. So a live or broadcast, which is the same thing basically, which means as a program, whether it's live or not, which is sent out over the airwaves or through a satellite, whatever, everyone can watch it at the same time. You need a BBC TV license. Don't ask me why. I know it sounds weird. They made none of the programs. That could come from Japan, that could come from the moon. You need a license. So on demand, which means you decide when you want to watch it, anytime, day, night, whatever. The same as they could come and knocking on your door, apparently. Anytime, day, evening, weekend. You can press a button and choose what you want to watch. That's on-demand services. You do not need a TV license. If they happen to show on that part of that service a live broadcast, so a live event, you would need a TV license. Again, that's crazy. How they would know, who knows?
Yeah. So on my Amazon account, I can't watch Premier League or tennis.
Yeah, as long as it's not live.
No, it's live. They have got the license to show it live, so I can't watch it.
I think that's I think you can, Daz, to be honest, but because they've only covered iPlayer.
I don't
online.
watch it anyway.
No,
I hate tennis.
No, this is again. This is where the confusion come up because I pretty much watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I've tried Amazon Prime and I don't like it. A lot of this stuff, I don't, you know. And again, when you stop watching mainstream news and getting influenced, when you watch a program, your attitudes change. You'll notice you get fed up a lot quicker. That you spot
I can't stand any of this wokeism or intersexual feminism in any of the.
I'm sure a lot of the older viewers are with us on that, Daz.
Seems like how that implanted line, what they've put into the script just to make a little point. That's it. I'm done. I turn it off. Go find something else to watch. That's why I stick to I've been watching 70s, 80s, and 90s, early 2000s movies, TV shows. There's thousands of them out there. You don't need to watch all this stuff. But
I'm not here to judge, as I'm sure you're not, Daz. If someone want to watch EastEnders every night, that's fine. I used to do that. If
they like the new Doctor Who, that's up to them.
Yeah, but once you've
just don't tell me I have to like it, because then I'll tell you no, I don't.
Yeah, but once you've freed yourself from that constant brainwashing and the doom and gloom, the news is. I used to watch the news religiously. I used to watch Question Time, and I found that was making me depressed. Get away from it. Look at the headlines so you know what's going on in the world. Read the occasional story that takes you advantage. And like I was saying, those little, say you use Google News, you get them 3 little dots, you click it. If you don't like what they're pumping out, you click don't show any more articles from this channel, and my news feed, mate, is like they're struggling to find me content because pretty much all of it is rubbish, and you got to take it all with a pinch of salt and understand the context of a lot of things, like stretched and.
Well, you just got to be able to read between the lines of the stuff.
Yeah, and that's hard to do when you're getting brainwashed every day by mainstream news. So you need to free yourself from that for probably, you know, until you're used to not seeing it, basically. And your perception and your viewing choices, because your choices then become your choices. So all this stuff is being pumped at you at certain times of the day, and you're choosing to sit down at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night, whatever it is. They're programming you. There's no need to do that. You can watch that whenever you want. I understand the anticipation, like live football, going to a match, and you know that's different. But as far as watching, you'll struggle to find stuff that keep you happy, because your understanding of what's good and bad is changing rapidly. You're not being told what's good. You're making your own choices, and a lot of people ain't made many of their own choices in their whole life. So we still don't. You know, I don't confess to being a totally free man. I don't know if it's possible for us to ever be that as such. So we're going off on a tangent a bit, which is semi-intentional, because we want to like provide extra content for the older viewers. We're going to still keep doing this TV license malarkey, and as Daz would say, kept you hanging on long enough, let's get this bottle open. And I'll say, a lot of people are misunderstanding. They think I'm moaning about everything, saying, oh, you know, just notify them and that'll all stop. But I enjoy getting these red letters. I think that's funny. I love it. It's a shame for the people who are paying for it, which is license fee payers. 36 million letters a year. I've done a video on that, the statistics. So I'll just rip my address off just in case. Please read carefully. Official notice. Oh, it's got my address on there to stop me showing it. They know I'm making YouTube videos.
Well, it's old Chili.
I've got it on there as well.
Yeah, they put it on everywhere, so you can't just rip the top off. I noticed I was
getting a bit slack, so I did that, blur out a couple I'd accidentally held up. Yeah, they stopped me holding up. I could
just read through it, man.
Yeah, I'll just read through it. The back I can hold up. That's all they use. Same as usual. How to pay, not what you do need and don't need. Please read carefully. You are in breach of the Communications Act 2003, and that make it sound like you've already broken the law.
No, accusing you.
But then in right small writing next to it, that says if you. Is that triggery? Watch or record live TV programmes on any channel or device, or download or watch BBC programmes on iPlayer. Watch or record live TV programmes on any channel or device. So device, live TV programmes.
No, it just says record.
Watch or record. So I'm saying TV programmes. So is a live stream on YouTube considered a TV programme?
Well, it's not a TV programme.
It's not, is it? So I think you don't need a licence for live, but don't trust my word on that.
Channels actually have broadcasting licences.
Yeah.
Because they're making so much money.
Yeah, this is a lie, right?
But that's a US broadcasting licence, not a UK one.
Right, so the next sentence is a total lie. As we still have no record of a TV licence at this address, by law, we have no option but to continue with our investigation. That's not true. By law. TVL, by law.
By law.
Don't know any private company that's empowered by law.
Well, Disney used to be, but that's no longer ago, isn't it?
So if they find evidence of illegal TV viewing, evidence, I think that's a bit, anyway, so alright, let's move on. Evidence, that's be hard to get, I think.
Yeah.
You could be interviewed under caution. That's not true. These TVL people are debt collectors. They've got no qualifications. They've got probably a debt collecting licence. Other than that, they're not officials in any way. They've got no. If they insisted on that, you could probably prosecute them for illegal detainment or whatever, kidnapping. In accordance with national criminal law. So national criminal law would cover the fact that this guy has no rights to caution you, which could lead to prosecution. The maximum penalty is a criminal conviction, £1,000 fine plus any legal costs and or compensation. What usually happens is they discuss with you before taking it to court to get you to pay it, and that is what happened. Usually if you get fined, that's less than the cost of the licence. and then they tell you to stop a visit, I've got to pay money. So to stop a visit, buy a licence or tell them I don't need one. It's a threat, isn't it? It's like saying, yeah. Me, so to stop a visit, so they're saying that's a threat, isn't it? Can you imagine a person reading this? To stop a visit.
Can you imagine me? Like, I don't drive, so can you imagine like them coming round for road tax?
Yeah.
Threatening me to pay road tax even though I don't own a car or a bike. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's the same thing. If you don't have the thing and you don't use it for what you need a licence for, then you don't pay the licence. As simple as.
I might do this live, Dad. So it says, please get in touch now to stop this investigation. We can help you to check if you need a TV licence and choose the best way to spread the cost if you need one. If you don't need a licence, we will, of course, stop our investigation. So I might ring them up and get them to like that live on YouTube thing.
Yeah, but that's basically you're ringing them up to do what they're going to do to you on the front door step when they knock on the, if they ever do.
Yeah, pretty much.
What I mean? You're going to sit there and make you say something that you don't want to say.
Yeah.
And go, oh no, we're going to bend this rule to actually send someone round with the old bill like they love to do. So that's the only reason people get caught is because they slip up.
Yeah. Now, like I said earlier, I'm not advocating anyone breaking the law. I enjoy getting these letters. I enjoy making the videos. Some of the viewers are getting misunderstood, thinking I'm moaning, and I'm not. I love the letters. I think that's funny. I think that's great. I love getting a video out of it. The viewers are obviously liking it. So, you know, 250,000 views in 3 weeks. Wow, blew me away. Yeah.
It's the best video we've ever had.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's nice that people find it interesting. I know there's uncertainty, always uncertain, and then I watch some videos on YouTube, and once that's explained to you and you fully understand it, and that's not easy to understand. So I hope I've clarified that for people. Don't break the law. If you need a license, pay the money. If you don't need one, don't worry about the threats. That's all they are. And the best tactic is to not engage. Open the door, ID him, which you should do to anyone, not just if you think they're TV people. I've done that for years. I didn't let gas men in my house from a local authority to do checks and stuff because they didn't have an ID, and you know, and then they sent me a letter threatening me because you know, I didn't let their man in. Crazy. So anyway, hope to see you soon. We're hoping to come up with more content for the older viewers. That's obviously a market that's not being sort of serviced properly, if you like. Hope you like what we're doing. Keep watching. I'll see you next month anyway, hopefully before then, because I'll have my next TV licensing letter. Thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Keep the comments coming because I do really love it. Even the negative ones, I'll publish everything, with certain exceptions to, you know, extreme hate and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next video.